Hello, how you doing? This your girl Lana G. Listen, I got paint on my hands. Your girl into a little everything. But anyway, so this is like my third time trying to recreate and redo this pick a pile. I was trying to do a pick a pile, I was trying to do all signs, and I don't know. Let me make sure I got some juice because it's just been a night. Whenever I do YouTube videos, it's always some flim flam. But let's get into it. So I got three piles here, and this is the energy, what to expect, what's leaving, what to have your head on a swivel for the month of August. Okay. First stone out is this beautiful citrine. Okay, so if you're gonna pick a pile based on the stone, this is a citrine. The citrine is for the solar plex. It is good for wealth, confidence, okay, and motivation. Pile two, if you are interested in pile two, this is a kyanite. Kyanite is a throat chakra. So this is about speaking your truth. This is about self-expression. Okay. I like this. This stone cleanses itself. Okay. And then for my folks who like to pick pile three, because I always pick pile three, this is a green calcite, okay? Very raw, okay? This is a heart chakra. It is good for opening up your heart, finding true love. This is also about emotional release. So if you're drawn to this pile due to this stone, this is the green calcite, okay? So take a moment. We got pile one, pile two, and pile three. Okay, so decide and we will start. All right, so I'm just going to move these piles right here, and we're going to do pile number one at two. Let's start it at 208. Okay. So if you are here, you pick pile one, and this is the citrine. Okay. Citrine is a beautiful stone. I really like it. It's good for the solar plex. Okay. So if you got some trapped up energy, you may want to go onto YouTube to find out how to do a release. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is my second time doing this, but we're gonna get at it. So the cards that came out for the energy for the month of August is the Queen of Wands. Okay, and you got the Emperor. So this is letting me know that Spirit is wanting you to be bold and have authority over your life. Okay, this Emperor, you could be a leader or you could be an entrepreneur, and/or they are wanting you to have an entrepreneur spirit. Okay, the Queen of Wands is very bold. She's very fiery and she is very attractive, and she don't take no mess. Okay, almost just as an equal to the emperor, although she's not an empress in her own right, she's a phenomenal woman, okay? And this is what spirit is behooving you to engage in or kind of mirror for this month, okay? Is, working on your health, your self esteem, and just being adventurous and living life to the fullest and unapologetically, too, okay? A lot of times people do not like the Queen of Wands, and so sometimes when the Queen of Wands is not in her own energy, she could water down herself to fit in. But this one right here is upright. You see this panther right here? She is following her instinct, her intuition. And other cards, it's a little bitty kitty cat, right? But cats, doesn't matter the size, is very fierce. They take no mess. Just like my friend here. You see the sunflower? The sunflower represents abundance, but that means you had to plant something in order for it to grow, right? Yeah, it could have been some hard times that you're going through, but you see, it's behind her. The sun is behind her, and it is a full ablaze. So I'm seeing great things are happening for you. Okay, this emperor, yeah, it's like he got the world in his hand, and that's what they're wanting for you for this month of August is to take the world in your hand, regardless of how the situation may look. You still in control, you still in power, and never give your power away to anyone. Definitely for this month, okay? And they both have animals. The ram will it will beat you down, right? The ram is not afraid, and they don't want you to be afraid. Don't be afraid of any changes or opportunities or challenges that may come your way for this month, okay? They want you to tackle it head on. He has his armor, okay? He is ready. You see these steel boots? He's like, I'll make you read my boots, right? Like I make you read my Nikes is back in the day. You probably don't understand or remember that. But anyway, you could be dating someone that is older that has a beard, right? It could be an age difference in this connection, right? But hey, if it worked for you, who cares who has a problem with it, right? But I'm seeing that, right? Both of them have like an animal guide that is guiding them on this journey. So this is letting me know that you are not alone. Even in the physical and in the spiritual realm, you're not alone. And I see the staff is there to protect you too, right? Even more armor or protection, right? As you go on this journey. So I'm definitely seeing that. I'm seeing great things. Very strategic and like I said, very confident and determined on both sides. You can't be an emperor unless you've gone through some things and experienced them. And this is what this is letting me know. Like you're very experienced, and whatever is coming your way this month, you can handle it. All right. All right. So this is also letting me know you could be reinventing yourself this month, okay? And that's all right. You're never too old or too young to reinvent yourself and be and repackage yourself, rebring yourself to be a better version, okay? All right. There can be also some sly and subtleness in your life, some changes that's going on, most definitely. But not only are these changes occurring, um, they are they're not causing chaos, but they can, right? Look at this rose. Roses are very beautiful, but they'll prick you, all right? So you got to pay attention. And that's what I want you to really pay attention to is the sly and subtle changes. Even with a snake is very beautiful depending on how you look at it, right? But a snake will still bite you. So it says, a sly and subtle approach is needed. Move in silence and don't reveal everything you know until you're ready. Okay. And I can see that in terms of being a emperor. Okay. Because as an emperor, you don't share, you don't rush to make decisions because you know why? Making a bad choice can really set you up for failure. You will have a rare opportunity. Okay. So if you've been investing in some things and you weren't seeing the fruits of your labor or seeing things like manifest to the scale that you wanted it to be, I'm seeing that you're going to have some changes and some rare offerings or opportunities that are going to kind of fall in your lap, right? It's like at the right place at the right time, and voila, it happens for you. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? I never paid attention to this, but you know how diamonds are made under pressure? This is letting me know you had to really go through something in order to start seeing it, to start seeing like the diamond in the rough, and how the diamonds like produce under all that pressure. So add a little pressure, but hope is coming. Like believe in hope because it is there. Okay. In terms of love, be careful of anything just casual, okay? Maybe you're so busy like Lana G. I really don't want nothing very serious right now. Well, okay, I see that and I get that. But just make sure you're communicating that with whoever and whomever you're with because I'm seeing like some random hookups, some random connections. But even with that, you still got to be careful because you know why intimately we still get connected emotionally, all right? You may have some. Oh, another thing. There is a renewal that is coming in your life. So you need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith in a breakthrough. Again, it's easy for you to be there for everyone else but yourself. But this is saying that you still have to take time for yourself. You don't want to burn yourself out. Okay. You can't be young and wise. So pace yourself. That's the name of the game for the month of August. I'm also seeing that you could be dealing with a long distance relationship, and or it could be some traveling like across the seas, going over water. Yeah, definitely some distance here, and or you could have a connection that is far from you that is greater than 2 hours drive. They want you to take your power back, right? Because there could be somebody that's trying to control you. Hence, for the emperor, the emperor don't do anything unless it's right for him or her, okay? Because I read energy. But this is just letting you know that be careful of anybody trying to be very sly and trying to make you or coerce you to do something that you don't want to do. I'm telling you this so that you can be on the lookout for it, all right? Yeah, so releasing anything that is not of your greatest, just say your frequency or of your greatest standard, okay? But you will know what that is because these people will show you that they are a master manipulator trying to control and regulate you. Now, some things that I want you to be cognizant of. Reimagine. It goes with that reinventing. I want whatever your wildest dream is. I want you to think of that and think of it times 1 million. Okay. I want you to think higher than you ever thought of yourself. Okay. Because it is coming in. All right. Yeah. You got these changes that's coming in. And not only that, this will be a change that will kind of bring some stability into your life. Okay. You also might be working on your fitness or getting your hair done, getting your nails done. In fact, I'm saying that I want you to date yourself for this month of August and, spruce yourself up. Go treat yourself to some cologne or some new lotion, whatever it is, okay? But I want you to take time to love on yourself, okay? And this month, you're doing just that. Health and wellness is also on the table, okay? Because remember, the citrine is all about confidence, and you can have all the great things in the world, but if your health isn't good, then we got a problem. So start working on an exercise regime. It could be just walking around your complex, walking around your block, and if your environment is not conducive to that, then turn on YouTube, do a walking video, but do something to get moving. Do some yoga, do some stretching, do some acupuncture, just do something, okay? If you go to church or if you are into esoteric things, they are wanting you to do an offering in exchange for a gift, okay? So if that's what you're into, sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're not, disregard it, okay? And then I'm seeing that the changes that you are underway or undergoing now, you will start seeing the benefit of those things like divine intervention come September, October, and November. Okay. And when it does, I want you to come back and write and let me know. Say, hey, Lana G, guess what, girl? Okay. And lastly, you got a lot of doubles too. I noticed you got 110, 444, and then now we got 2, 2, right? All these master numbers. So I'm seeing that you got some miracles that are coming, Pile 2, that you're not seeing just yet. But in due time, they will reveal. Okay. But I think overall, Spirit, the universe is wanting you to be bold, take initiative, be like the Emperor, be like the Queen of Wands, and just, who can control you, right? Nobody but God, right? Nobody. So call your power back, okay? Don't allow anyone to manipulate you to do something that you don't, because you got great things that's happening. You got a renewal, you got a rare opportunity, and you got somebody around you that's being sly and subtle. But the changes in your life are going to be very sly and subtle, okay? Because you are reinventing yourself, and people will not know you and recognize you. I'm thinking about the same time next year. Okay. All right, then. There you have it, Paul 1. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now we'll go to Paul 2. Paul 2, we are going to start at let's start at 14 minutes. Okay. All right. Let's clear the energy a little bit. Yes, listen, Paul too. OMG. The girl here. I had to do this like my third time doing this. Okay, so let me clear the energy. What's happening, Paul too? If this your first time here, welcome. If you are a re-return, thank you. You mama's heart. So listen, if you're here, you were drawn, maybe if not by the number, by the stone. And this is a Kyanite, okay? And this here is all, this is a stone that doesn't need any cleansing, okay? It's a really good stone. Excuse me, and it's good for your throat, okay? All right. So let's see. Let's see what is in store for Pile 2. Okay, Pile 2, so throat. And then we got two cards, and they are both in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Ay, 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 Pile 2, it is all good. So this is letting me know that you could be having a little financial difficulties, right? It could be maybe a loss of a job, um, unwillingness to obtain whatever it is that you need to obtain for a job. And the Two of Wands, it's almost like a refusal to let go. So you could be kind of like down in the dumps, especially if you lost a job or money is slow or it's a mismanagement with money. Yeah. And, sometimes we just kind of get stuck in situations. But this is letting me know that sometimes, it's all right to let something go, right? This Ten of Wands is letting me know you have to let this go. And sometimes we want something so bad that we don't want to accept that, okay, this wasn't meant for me, or it was meant for me, and the just say the expiration date of it has come to expire, and so now it's time for you or me to turn a new page. Okay, I'm speaking from your standpoint. Okay, so Paul, too, this could be a loss. So maybe in the month of August, you are releasing something. It could be a job, because I'm thinking Pentacles. And you know what? This job, if it is a job, it could have just been overwhelming, too much. Maybe you were doing too much for other people, doing your work and work for other people, right? And, maybe not being acknowledged at a certain environment, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So maybe a little setbacks, could be some issues with your health as well, okay? Yeah. But if you were in a stressful and a toxic environment, I can see that happening. Okay. But this is saying to you to tell, for me to tell you, is that it's just a small little minor setback. Okay, my dear. All right. So this month, what they're wanting you to focus on is self mastery, mastery of self, mastery of your emotions, mastery of only the things that you can control, which is you. Okay. This says entering or currently in a self improvement stage, becoming a better version or through self discipline and assertive action. Hence, I can see that, especially if you're coming down from an environment where your central nervous system was always heightened, yeah, so now you're having to re-regulate those emotions so that you can be a better version of yourself. So you could be mastering your emotions, okay? Although it may not seem like it, Paul, too, you are on the right direction, okay? Sometimes divine intervention is at play, and although it don't feel right, it is right, okay? So you got a little inconvenience going on. It says you're going in the right direction. Keep moving forward and focus on activities that bring long-term benefit. Hence, the reason why you are needing to master yourself, okay? It's almost like right now you can be in a little haze or a little funk, okay? Like you feel hypnotized, but that's going to change, okay? But only if you wanted to, because you got to be careful, because you don't want anyone that is trying to like control you or have you stuck, or maybe like a little evil eye. Even though I'm not seeing evil eye, even though this is an eye, but this is saying that you have to be careful what you pay your attention to, okay? Because remember, it's all about mastering of self this month, okay? You have wealth that is coming in too, Paul, too. It says you are working towards real wealth and prosperity in your life. Keep inventing in yourself and look into long-term career planning. So maybe that career that you were at, it just wasn't for you. Okay. But this is letting me know that something new is coming whenever you come out of your little haze and go into the right direction. there is wealth that's coming. Okay, it's almost like you need to sit with yourself to decide where you want to go and what you want to do next. Okay, all right. When it comes to love, you got a lot of unknowns. It's a very auspicious time for you, okay? Or you could be dealing with someone who is very mysterious. They don't share a whole lot about themselves, or this can be you to someone else, okay? But I'm seeing that there is some confusion with somebody that you could possibly be dating, okay? This person doesn't share a whole lot, but if you call them, they're right there. You got a lot of new opportunities that are opening. Some of it can be karma. Karma doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It just means that it's definitely a lesson. So just be careful, even with the experience that that you're letting something go. Don't look at it as something that is bad, but look at it, okay, what did I learn from there? What am I supposed to take from that experience into the next one? Okay, remember, it's all your perspective, okay? Because it can be toxic or it can be something beautiful, okay? Same with this little love relationship and whatever setback you had, okay? I want you to always look at things through a lens of a child, of innocence, of something new, right? Remember, I said perspective, because when you change your perspective, the whole energy exchange is so different. Give you an example. When I go to Vegas, I don't go to Vegas to gamble. I go to Vegas to have fun, to just take it as it comes. So I don't set myself up to lose if I don't just say hit a jackpot, because I'm already going to have fun. Okay. So win, lose, or draw, I'm going to have fun. And that's how the universe is wanting you to like kind of look at life through the lenses of a child. Okay. Like new excitement. Okay. Um, Also, you could be or dealing with someone who could be very childish or have children. Okay. All right. Now, what I want to leave you with, some more things that could be popping up during this month of August with you. You could be changing your style, okay? Changing the way you dress, um, getting ready for the fall, getting your gear together, okay? We got 1, 2, 8, 10, and 1, that's 11. Style is a sense of self expression, right? So you seem like a person who is very style conscious. So you could be decorating your home, changing your clothes out, getting ready for the fall, for the winter, depending on where you stay. And, being trendy this summer as you go into summer parks or summer festivals, you're very stylish. Um, you saw, not in this pile, but animal spirits. So if you have like a little blue jay or some birds or a little cat that don't belong in your area or you don't own, that animal is coming by because it's an animal spirit to protect you. Okay. So don't shoo it away. That cat, animal, bird, whatever, dog is there for you to just kind of like protect you. Okay. So pay attention, because those animals or your pet is there from it's a gift from God, because they're there to help you. Okay. They want you, regardless of whatever you're going through, to practice some softness in your life. Okay. Softness is good. Everything don't have to be so hard. It don't have to be so rigid. And they just want you to just lower your guard. I understand you've been through a lot. I get it. Life can make you rigid, but there's still some beautiful things in life that can make you soft. Even if you're a man, when you go to the grocery store, buy yourself some flowers, soak in the bathtub, love on yourself, date yourself, treat yourself. Okay. I see you traveling. Okay. It could be just the next town over. It could just be going to the beach or going to a forest, whatever is in your environment, going up to the mountains. But I want you to travel just so you can stay grounded. Okay. I think sometimes just a different change in scenery is all we need for a quick reset. I want you, my friend, to find out what is your purpose. What is it that makes you want to get up every morning, right? That even if you had to do it for life for free, if it's about a job, what would that be? How would that look? Is it being around people, your family, your friends, making people smile, being a person of servitude, whatever it is, creativity, social media, being an artist, whatever it is. Paul 2, the universe is asking you, what is your purpose? Okay, because now is the time. Okay, so you have some emotional blockages that can be preventing you from moving forward. Hence, the reason why, the Ten of Wands is in the verse and the Two of Pentacles, because it's just the emotional blockage, the energy that's around you. So you may want to clean your house out. You could have a heavy heart. You could be in remorse, regret if you did lose a job or lose someone, right? Or a friendship. But I'm asking you, as is the universe is saying, that energy that you have that is like stagnated, you need to release it. And lastly, five, you got some heavy changes, and it's heavy because you can be a fixed sign or a sign that, like a earth sign too, where it's hard for you to make changes. Okay, so Paul too, you are at a crossroads in your life right now where you are needing to decide what it is that you're wanting to do. Okay, you need to decide what direction it is, because this is a big decision. Because whatever decision you make is going to affect your life for the next year, 2 years, 6 months, or the rest of your life. Okay, so take some time, sit with yourself, and decide what it is that you're wanting to do. Okay, you got you got some good things here if you can just get out of your way. Okay, there's still a lot of unknowns, and you have to change your perspective on how you're looking at things. Okay, because there is some opportunities here in order for you to do the right thing, to be in the right accordance with what is meant for your life. But that will only come in when you've learned to master yourself. Okay, my friend? I hope that helped you, pile number two. I really, really do. It was a pleasure. Come back and let me know how the month unfolded for you. Even if it's a couple of months afterwards, you come back and you let me know how it went down, okay? All right, then. Thank you. All right, all right, all right, all right. Pile number three. Oh my God, let me make sure I still got some juice, pile three, because it's been a journey. Pile number three. Let's do 2735. Okay. It could be 2730. All right then. So if you are drawn to pile number three, excuse my fingers. I got a little paint on my little fingertips. But anyway, this right here is a green calcite. Okay. And this is a heart chakra. Okay. This is all about self-expression. Okay. Abundance and motivation. Okay. All right, then let's get into it. Pile number three. Okay, let me just put that there. Okay, pile number three. Ay, ay, ay. So I'm seeing beautiful things coming your way, right? Now you could be pregnant. I know you're like, Lana G, don't start. Okay, my bad. But I'm seeing like the sun, and it's like I'm seeing you receiving good news. But it looks like it's coming right on time, too. Look at this little boy. You ever remember watching them old classic movies and they come in with the white horse, or in the climatic part of Lord of the Rings? That's what I'm seeing, like Gandalf, right? And it's a new dawn, a new day. This is letting me know you really been through something, but I'm seeing you getting a message of happiness, a good message of some type of incoming communication, just brightening your day. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. This Queen of Cups, this is letting me know like you are very intuitive, very psychic, and I'm seeing your spiritual gifts are being heightened. You are a master of your emotions as well as your intellect, okay? Very caring and nurturing. But I'm seeing like your spiritual gifts being heightened. Uh, yeah. And I'm seeing like you having deeper connections with your love. If you are into like Oshun, she reminds me of a young Oshun. If that's something you into, if not, just let it go. Just see a beautiful woman wearing yellow, okay? But I'm seeing like you having some positive energy and some good, some success that's coming in this month, okay? And it's coming in at the right time. I know you don't want me to say it, but there might be news of a pregnancy, and it could be a little boy, okay? But yeah, I'm seeing that you have gone through something, and I'm seeing something very abundant. Okay. Yeah. They also want you to tap into your inner child too. Like be a little child, like don't always be so rigid, and learn to enjoy life. I know we living in a period where life is very serious, very heavy, but this is letting me know that there's still purpose, there's still hope, okay, with life, okay, and just learning how to grow and just enjoy the good and the bad, the ebbs and the flow of life. You might also get some news that is very emotional to you too, especially if you are not wanting to have children, but I'm seeing that only because I'm seeing all this water and I'm like, I don't know. Some people may not want that, but if that's something you want, congratulations. If not, then you know what you need to do so that that's not your reality. Okay. All right, then let's get into it. Okay. All right. So, pile number three, this is letting me know you can be very different than a lot of people. I'm seeing you are nothing else but yourself and true to you. And I'm seeing that. So, I feel in the month of August, you could be tapping even more into your individuality. So, it could be some things that you do, especially if you are psychic and having deep connections consciously and subconsciously that a lot of people may not get your thing, right? And if they don't get your thing, that's all right. Okay. But I'm seeing that, but I'm seeing you being you and you being all right with it. Okay. I'm seeing you being a very, very deep thinker, right? Because look, she is in the helping profession. She is very intuitive, like she is intentional, like she's thinking and she's holding it, right? Yeah. She is holding this cup of love. She's holding whatever adoration in this cup, this vessel. And it's very precious to her. And it looks like it's spend some money on it too, right? Yeah. And although this may not be my thing, it's her thing, it's your thing, right? And that's what they're saying. Be unapologetically you, okay? She is a queen. Now, the only downside for the Queen of Cups is sometimes overgiving, being very maternal, being um, and I don't want to say allowing people to take advantage of her, just making sure you have balance, okay? Because I could see people coming to you to get their cup filled, right? But then not pouring back into you. So just be careful of people like that, okay? Because it's like you are comfortable being you, whereas other people, they're not. And they come for a slice of your individuality or your happiness, your joy to fill up their cup, okay? So just making sure that you know when enough is enough because it's when your cup overfloweth that you can give to someone else, not when you're giving up what you have in your reservoir for someone else. We don't do that. Okay. All right. So, also, I'm seeing mirror life. So, just be careful how you present yourself, and how you project yourself. Because they say, as above, so below. Whatever is happening with you is manifesting in your private life. So, make sure that you're saying and speaking good things over your life, okay? Because words have power, okay? So, don't talk down on yourself, even jokingly, because it comes back. And who's doing that? Only thing we are claiming is abundance. You are very creative, and I see you tapping into that. And I'm seeing like all these stars around you. The creative power with you is far greater than you realize. Unlock your creative genius, okay? And I can see that very creative. Remember, I said you have no qualms being individual, right? Expressing your individuality, okay? And also, let me tell you this. It's saying, there may be some people in your life who make promises that they can't keep. Don't hold them to it. Okay. People have the best intentions, but sometimes things don't go the way they hope, right? And or even with yourself, be careful that you don't break any promises. So it says, don't hold on too much to people's promises or words at this time. Things are not likely to turn out as you hoped. Okay. You see, crossing fingers, double crossing fingers to get what you want. But listen, this is what I'm going to say to you. Sometimes things are divine intervention and divine protection for your betterment. Okay. So look at it like that. So anything that doesn't happen, you don't know what it's saving you from. Okay. So don't push pull anything. Just say, okay, accept it for what it is. All right. When it comes to your monies, I'm seeing a reflection. Okay. Did I get two for this? No, because some cards you had extra than the other piles. It says, take time to revisit the past and figure out what you want to do. Knowing what you don't like will show you what you truly love. So this is letting me know. So they kind of want you to just sit, and even if you go by the water, because I'm seeing a lot of water in this pile, to go and analyze and figure out what it is that you want to do. Okay. Maybe what you're doing is not what you're supposed to do for a long while. Okay. So kind of sit in that and decide what's next on your agenda. Okay. Okay. You could be a water sign too. Okay. You could be a water sign or you could be a Leo. Okay. You could be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. When it comes to love, there you could be at a crossroads and the legal matters came up, which is letting me know you could be going through a divorce. You could be having issues when it comes to child support. Okay. um yeah, there can be some injustices, and you might have to have intervention from the legal system in order to make things just, okay, to make things balanced. But you are at a crossroads right now. So you got a lot of choices, you got a lot of things that are coming up at you, but I'm still seeing positive energy coming your way. Okay. Remember, this was for like the heart, right? So just making sure that everything that you do is through love, and you will be fine. Okay. So as long as you addressing those issues with love, you will be fine. Now, the person that is coming in, even with yourself, you could have some obstacles that's in your way right now. So love may be kind of like on the back burner, especially if you are at a junction in your life where you're going through a separation, a legal separation, a divorce, um, having joint custody or share custody with your child. So that could bring some obstacles and delays. All right. I'm seeing you are shining, people are paying attention to you. And it was the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a very beautiful person. Okay. As well as that sun. The sun brings sunshine. It brings light to things that are hidden. Okay. It's one of the most positive cards in the deck. And remember, I said you might have a message that's coming. I'm seeing some monies coming your way. So you got a rainfall of money that is coming. Your luck is changing. Okay. Pile three. So don't get caught in the rigmarole of what ain't working, okay? And if somebody is making promises, especially if you're going through a divorce, and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you this for alimony, or I'm gonna give you that for child support," and then they don't, right? Don't even sweat it, because you will get it some other way. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna leave you with. Now, some of you can be fire signs, and or some of these changes that are going on can occur during what's the next fire sign? Right now, Leo. You could be a Leo, and if so, happy birthday. But this is somebody who is very bold, very passionate, very courageous. Okay. This person is not afraid to make stuff happen. Okay. You can be tapping into your divine feminine. And I see that because We got this Queen of Cups, and I mentioned Oshun. If you are familiar with her, she is all into that. She's a very beautiful and regal woman, okay? And that could be you or male, right? Because men love Oshun too, okay? But yeah, I'm seeing divine feminine, and what I'm gonna say to you is there is some creative flow, right? And as you tap into your divine femininity, your yang energy, you enhance your creative spark. Okay. So remember, I said I want you to like love on yourself, date yourself. Okay. Because when you do that, you go out in nature. If you into hugging trees, you don't have to be, but if you into hugging trees, I just see as you're out and about, I'm just seeing you being inspired. Okay. We got the sun again. Let me tell you, I just talked over the cards and said, "Show me what is for this pile," and all these like signs and synchronicities. Okay, the sun. Like I said, if there is anything going on in your life that is imbalanced, it's going to balance itself out. The sun is like the life force. It's like making things come to light. It's illuminating. So that's what I'm saying to you. Anything that seems off kilt, doesn't seem like it's working in your life, just give it time, okay? And you got triple ones. You are bossing up. Although you may not see it, what your life is right now, it will not be like that in maybe a couple of years, okay? But definitely start just I think whatever creates creative venture you're trying to get into, I see it's going to change your life. Use your voice, okay? Speak up. Hence, it could mean that you might need to be online or being in some type of outlet where people can hear you speak. Maybe you got a nice speaking voice, okay? But definitely you got a talent. So it's definitely saying speak your piece, be vocal, let people know. You might be a singer. I don't know, but your voice is a tool to be used for your creative ventures, okay? They're also saying write it down. You know, if you got an iPhone, you can write it down in notes or speak it out in notes in the note app. But this is saying, journal, write that big book, write a blog, write a post. Remember, I'm saying you are bossing up, okay? So that is part of your glow up. You remember, I think you had the card of reflecting, right? Okay, just to decide what it is that you're wanting to do next, because there is definitely a change in your plans. So, Pile 3, you will soon be pivoting, okay? Little do you know. And it's all right. Remember, I said that there's some broken promises. Well, that is part of that. And don't be upset with these broken promises because it's all part of the divine plan, okay? So if you was trying to go on a trip and things happen, it's all right because you don't know what was on the other side of that trip, okay? If it was, you were going to a play, don't worry about it. You don't go to the best summer jam in Brooklyn for the summer. It's all right. It wasn't meant because you don't know what was going to happen, okay? So, all I'm saying is don't be so headstrong that things have to go a certain way. Learn to just go with the flow and to let things just fall the way they're meant to, okay? And lastly, it's saying that you need to have a little bit more balance in your life, okay? A little more balance. Don't be so rigid. And a lot of your cards, they kind of like go hand in hand with each other. All right. So you just need to, they say, recalibrate. I'll say that, but I'm gonna also say stay grounded, okay? So you can have your balance. Whatever you do, Pile 3, in terms of giving to other people, always save some time and space for yourself at the end of the day. It could be in the middle of the morning, it could be during lunch, but whatever it is, find that nice little center spot where you can tune back into yourself and regain your balance, okay? There you have it. I can't believe it. I was able to finish. All right, Pile 3. I hope you liked the reading. Please come back, share your experience. Let me know how the month was for you. It was really good. Follow me on other social media platforms. I would love to hear from you. And like, share, subscribe, hype your girl up, follow me. Mwah. Peace. Until the next time.